Hi, welcome back to Freedom Friday. I'm Lisa, and on this episode, I'm going to actually just be sharing a few testimonies with you. Sometimes we'll interview people, sometimes I do a little lesson on freedom, but today I'm just going to be talking about some cool testimonies. We have a page on totheriver.com/testimonies where people can write in and tell what God has done for them. And so Jennifer actually wrote one that part of it happened in 2014 and part of it happened just a few weeks ago. So I'm going to read that whole testimony to you. She said, to start off with, in June of 2014, I got really sick. We found out I was type 1 diabetic. My husband got me to the emergency room and they did all kinds of tests. They at first thought I had a blood infection because I had a boil lance the week before. Finally, they checked my sugar and I believe they said it was 400. The more they checked it, the higher it was. And at one point, they said it just read high. The doctors told my family and husband they were going to do what they could, but unsure if I would make it. Keep in mind, all this time, they said I was still conscious. I still knew who people were, but that's unusual. When they admitted me to the CCU, my blood sugar was 1,919. That's the first that is pretty high. I spent a day and a half in CCU and a day and a half on a regular floor, and I went home, but God. I was in church and I knew who Jesus was, but there was really no relationship. I tell people those 3 days were my resurrection. He breathed life back into my dry bones. And now, well, let me just pause there. This is her first encounter here with being healed. So this happened back I think in 2015 when she was healed. So she's been in church, she's getting a relationship with God, and this is what God just did for her. The last 2.5 weeks, he has taken smoking from me and renewed me. And he's made me bold and stronger than ever. I really love that when God does something, that he so completely doesn't do just a little bit. Hi, Deborah. I'm reminded of the time I needed a vehicle and was praying for the Lord for a vehicle. And he actually spoke to someone that morning. I believe in working for what you get, but there are times the Lord will just bless. And they gave me this car. It was her only vehicle, but she said, God said, that's not your vehicle, that's Lisa's. They brought it to me. They changed the oil. They filled it up with gas. And I forget what they did with the insurance, but I'm like, wow. But that's just like God. He doesn't do just a little bit. He does above and beyond of what you could actually think of. So now let me read you another story of something God did. I got this off of a post. Tammy posted this on Facebook, and it was so good. I wanted to mention it here. She said, tonight I got in the baptism pool. For months, I have been fighting foot pain and major swelling in the ankle. It hurts so bad during praise and worship. I wanted to sit down, but I didn't let the enemy stop me. As I was in the baptismal pool, I heard the Lord say, have your parents place their hands in the water while being baptized to get rid of all generational curses upon you and your children and grandchildren. Well, tonight I received a healing in my ankle. Now, there were pictures of before and after. Her ankle was really swollen. That went down. I left everything in the water and all generational curses. So I am a new man, new, and the old is dead. Glory to God. And then she showed a picture where her mom and dad had their hands in the water. And guess what happened to her mom and dad? They experienced a tremendous amount of joy. She didn't put that on there. I just know this. And then she said, as I went under the water, I could see God's hand on my face, dunking me in the water, which that may sound unusual, and it is, but we're finding that God is meeting people in the water. And there's another one I didn't get permission about, but she has struggled with depression many, many years. And she doesn't go to this church. She came and she got baptized. It's not the water, that's tap water that's coming out of there. But meeting God in there, obeying the word of the Lord, she went down and came up, and God set her free from depression. Now, there's all kinds of stories of healings, of deliverances, of being made whole. There was a woman who came from out of state and had some sensory issues, and up out of the pool, those issues were not as profound. I don't know if they're completely healed yet or not, but there was a remarkable improvement, which made me really happy. Hey, Leland, good seeing you. Now, I want to tell you that Sunday is Resurrection Sunday, and it's by the resurrection power that we actually are seeing all of these miracles take place. We will be having service at 10:30 on Sunday morning. We're going right back into revival Sunday night at 6 and Monday night at 7. If you'd like to be baptized, you're welcome to come and do that. You need to see Drew Fopp, or they'll tell you where to go when you get here. Now, one thing that I will mention before I get off here, it's very important that you take a posture of faith. Now, Bishop Lance Johnson has talked about how the pool is just like an altar. We come up to the front of the area to pray, sometimes to seek the Lord. The pool has become that. Just obey the Lord in whatever point of contact that he wants to meet you at. Now, I told you that testimony at the beginning of this from Jennifer, where she was saved, but she didn't know about the whole package. Hey, Sandra. If you will look at Luke 4:18, you may find that you've been living below your inheritance. Jesus paid for not only salvation, not only healing, not only deliverance, but also for our wholeness. And that's the one thing that we are going after here, to see what God is doing. Another thing we have seen in the last week, we had a woman come from out of state, and she had messaged me about what she wanted God to do in her life. And so I just printed that out and we began to pray about it. And one of the profound things is she wanted to be filled with the Spirit. Well, she went back to her hometown. God did exactly that. He's in the business of meeting you where your faith is, and even a lot of times even past that. So I've been excited to be here with you guys today. Just wanted to give you just a few of the testimonies of what God is doing here at the river, restoring marriages, healing bodies, making people whole, saving the lost, also breaking bondages and addictions. So we're excited. Keep praying, and we hope to see you, if not here in service, online Sunday and Monday night. God bless.